Okay, we're back with the real grade Aile Strike kit from the Gundam Seed series. And as you can see, the rear part that I was trying to put on the striker, the Aile Striker, I forgot to put one of the polycaps, or actually one of the support pegs, onto the backpack. And I've noticed that we haven't fooled around with any polycaps on this kit lately. I think what was it? Perfect. Real grade Zaku 2 Char's Custom didn't have polycaps, did they? Or did it?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think any of the real grades do. I mean, they have the entire inner frame all built for you. You just have to put it together. So I don't really think there's a need for polycaps.
We're now noticing the fact that Bandai is slowly trying to phase the polycaps parts, or is it called polycaps or PVC part? No, it's
Let's
polycaps.
just say polycaps.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I don't want to get
But you notice even in the some of the high grades, some of them don't have polycaps either. They're definitely trying. I mean, sometimes you have to.
hmm
I mean, it's still a model kit, but like they're trying. They're doing their best.
I do remember that the high master grade Turn A Gundam and the gun tank did not have any polycaps.
Yeah, I need to get the Master Grade Turn.
It's a really nice kit. You gotta get that.
Yeah.
So here
So
I'm building the lower part, the lower booster rockets of the Ale Striker, which is fairly simple, as you can see.
yeah. Now, for those of you who are thinking that he's taken a long time to build this, well, that's just the way it is. This pack is very, very complex for just a backpack. It's nothing like the high grade. It's better than the master grade, I'd have to say. We talked about that in the last part. It's just a very well designed, at times annoying to put together because it has to be really specific, but overall, it turns out really, really well.
That's true. I mean, if this was a high grade kit, I can imagine this pack would have been done in like 2 minutes.
It's gotta be it's definitely at least half the parts, probably less.
Exactly.
Because I mean, you got the two halves for what you're doing right now. You would
Yeah.
have two halves, and you would have the two fins, and there would be a polycap inside the black pieces, and that's it. So about 4 pieces, 5 pieces, maybe.
That was on the high grade. On this one, You pretty much have enough parts to make an arm on a high grade kit.
Probably. And then there's a lot of decals that are going to go on this pack. This thing has, like, that's why the decaling on this pack, on this actual model, is more extensive than the other two because of the pack. The pack has a lot of decals. Just on the wing alone, there's about 10. So, yeah.
I kind of got a little sick and tired of putting on the decals, especially on the real grade Zaku 2, because they were very small, very intricate, but they were well done. And I said, you know what, I really got to put it on this kit.
Yeah. Something about the decals on the. Well, they're just stickers. I mean,
I know.
let's just be honest, they are
Yeah,
stickers.
probably
But
pissed
they
somebody
are really.
off.
Oh, hey, what's this?
Oh yeah, I decided to do a little intermission. Decided to open up one of the Gasapon kits, the Gundam Collection's DX4s, and I randomly picked something up, see what's in there, and I was hoping I was gonna get either the Strike Freedom or the Destiny or the Psycho Gundam Mach 2,
That'd be nice.
but what we got here is this kit. Can you tell me what it is?
What? Um. Oh, it's definitely a Zaku too. Oh, it's with the bed. The trailer.
Right, it is the
Nice.
MS06J, but it doesn't tell you what it is. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's called the Samson trailer.
Maybe.
I know that
Um.
I know there's a
It,
144 scale kit, uh,
yeah, there is.
but it's from the EX line, which pretty much is
Mm-hmm.
the more expensive brand of model kits that Bandai released. which for some unknown reason nobody seems to want to lower the price down. And this one's at, of course, 1/400 scale. It's fairly simple, as you can see. Just put this cab there. Um, as you can see, very detailed. And then just
Does the it looks like the cabin move, wouldn't it?
yes, it does.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. Do you have the variant? Because on the box it looked green, like the normal
Well,
Zaku.
that's the cool thing about it, and I'll cover that in a minute. Let's look at the detail on the Zaku 2, and then the detail on the actual trailer and cab.
It's nice that they gave you an elongated base to put that on.
I know. It's surprise. I'm surprised that they didn't put like a peg to support the Zaku 2 on it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you move around the space on the table or desk or whatever, it's gonna fall off every time. You
Yeah,
may
you
want to
think
put
they would, because it's a fixed position. What else are you gonna do with it?
right. But as you can see, this type is the a tan color like a desert color, while in the box you see the green one with the bazooka and it's purple. The actual trailer itself. But it's
Mm-hmm.
kudos to these guys that actually designed something like this, because this makes this kit look really nice at this scale.
Mm-hmm.
At which point now we move on to the actual final construction of the real grade Ale Strike. Um, it looks like the whole thing blew apart, as you can see here, but I'm going to start putting on these parts, as you can see.
Now, one problem I have, I find the hip joints are not as solidly connected as they could be. They don't feel like you don't feel that they've actually gone in all the way.
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think they could have been a little more secure. But I mean, they're not falling out. It's just that if you move it a lot, they start to come out.
By the way, I was never a big fan of that support thing that holds the actual side armor. I'm not feeling it. And furthermore, those little caps in the back that supports the actual. See, I'm having trouble sticking that in there. The actual rear armored skirts tends to
Mm-hmm.
pop out very easily.
Well, this is what one of the problems I think that comes with having a kit so articulated in this scale.
Like it keeps popping off.
Things are just gonna start coming off if it's too articulate, you know. But I mean, it's actually really pretty solid for what it is. There are a few problems, but I mean, you're gonna get it. It can't be perfect.
Only the perfect grade could be perfect.
Well, not even that. There are still problems. You know that. It's
Here's
just
here's the the placement of the arms. And interestingly enough, the actual shoulder armor can be popped out easily without actually, well,
yes.
easily to the point where it just pops out all the way.
Well, it's good. I mean, then you don't have to worry about it like snapping off.
Here comes the head. I found the head very loose. And then, of course, we move on to the actual flight pack, Ale Striker pack, which you really gotta squeeze it in there. There we go.
Of course, it does make it back heavy, but I don't find it's too bad, all things considered,
Well,
for the amount of bulk on that kit because it has so many pieces.
now there's one thing I did not do in this video is actually show off the actual manipulator hands for this kit because I'm using the default manipulator hands, but I'll work on the other ones, the actual fingers itself. We've all seen it in the Zaku 2 Char's custom kit. No reason for me to show it off on this one, but I will put it assemble it and show it off to you guys at the end of this
Mm.
series. Obviously, this shield will not support that there, as you can see. And as for the beam rifle, I can't put it on because it has the closed hand. However, I do have to put in the actual blades itself. So using a blade to open this, I put the armored Schneiders in there. which surprisingly,
I've never liked the armor Schneiders going into the side skirts. I like the idea, but they in model form they always give me a problem
I
because
know,
they have to be exactly right.
like there, you see.
Yeah.
But there you have it. This kit is completed. Let me, I mean, again, the detail is what you see there in the final form of this kit. Um,
Really, I don't think you could be disappointed with this kit. Like the way they made it, it is a just an amazing upgrade from the high grade in this scale. It's night and day. The amount of detail that went into this thing,
mhm.
it's just amazing.
Here's a closer look, of course. I was able to get those, you know, the eyes, the stickers on the eyes perfectly on, and check out how well this looks on every little, panel lining, uh, seams. Everything looks nice.
Hmm.
But speaking of panel lining, I am gonna do this, and it's actually panel line the kit itself.
My God.
Well, it's been a while since I've done panel lining on any type of model kit for quite some time. And I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to show it off, considering how well detailed the actual kit is.
Hmm.
Um, I decided to demonstrate it on this using this new marker that I just purchased off eBay. So let me zoom in a bit, get it in focus. There we go. There we go. So that's pretty cool. Ooh. Now,
Oh, battle damage.
well, guess what? In a way, I kind of did that on purpose because I wanted to show off something cool.
Hmm.
Check this out. You see that? Well,
No, not
unfortunately,
really.
there we go. Now we go. Yeah, no. I have to have somebody to hold the camera while I'm actually recording. So as you could see, the actual um, the actual ink came off, and I used this product. This product is known as GaiaNotes.com, and it's called the Finish Master. Now, what you see here are just these rubbery, absorbent. I would call them magic erasers. The only difference is
Hmm.
they're not designed to rub off the rubber on the part. It actually absorbs the ink that accumulates off to the around the side of the part that you want to panelize.
I just want to add something. For a normal kit that's not painted, this isn't a big deal to use this. Like you can probably just rub it off with like your finger or like a Kleenex. But if you're gonna paint, this would be perfect because you don't have to worry about you can panel line it and not worry about like ruining the paint job. Say something happens
I have to
and you go to
agree.
use something to rub it off and you take too much paint. Oops.
Well, obviously there are a lot of people who don't have don't like the paint, and they like to just panel line it with the marker itself or a Sharpie.
Hmm.
Even though I've never used a Sharpie myself, I know that people have used it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work with your little rubber eraser there.
Yeah, I have to test that out. But I decided to try this again, but this time panel lining the whole part, as you can see here. Now it looks okay, but you want to clean it up. So using this, I began rubbing this. And of course, if I should have zoomed out and about. Now the one thing, of course, is you notice that the actual ink is spreading about on this kit, on this part. Um, with this product, I decided to use the other parts of the white so it absorbs the remaining parts of the ink. Come on, focus. There we go. Now, the cool thing about this product is once you use it, you don't have to throw it away. The actual pack came with 10 of these marker type things, but you can actually put it in thinner. The thinner will dry out, you will suck up all the ink that's accumulated inside the sponge type, product, and then you can reuse it again. But a word of note: don't use this after the ink dries on the part. You have to use it like about a minute or so, or like, let's say like now, as you can see here, the minute you put on the panel lining, you got to start rubbing it off immediately, because otherwise, once it starts drying, you can't rub it off. You're gonna have to use thinner and maybe a little, scraping here and there. But look at the final results. You see,
Yep.
it's not nearly as perfect, but it's close enough to see how this looks. Well, pretty much. With that being said, that's the end of part 5. Stay tuned for part 6 of Real Grade Aile Strike.